everybody. It's great to be here with you in a special day, a special year for us, a year in which we are celebrating 13 years at WIDA. And I had several conversations with superstitious people asking, why are you celebrating the unlucky number? And that made me think about the concept of luck. And it arose in my mind that luck is something that you cannot control. But what you can control is the way you struggle with luck. It's the way you understand your ability to struggle with luck. And why I'm saying that? I'm saying that because I had several conversations with people that is not close to innovation, not close to entrepreneurs, and they tend to align success with luck. And that's not true. It's not about luck. It's about entrepreneurs being able to seize favorable opportunities that they find along the way. In Spain, it's not about luck that Spanish startups has surpassed 100 billion of valuation. And the reason we are here in Asot Summit is because we understand that this journey is something that we cannot do alone. It's something, our success is success of the ecosystem. And after a 13-year journey at WIDA, we have been very fortunate to be aligned with other corporations, other organizations that we share a common view of what it's important, why we believe in open innovation, why we understand this as a matter of progress beyond ourselves. Luck is it's not about luck, it's about the effort of entrepreneurs, it's about the commitment of investors, VCs, CVCs, angels, former entrepreneurs. It's about the support of public agents, but also for corporations like WIDA and Telefónica. And I decided to take the opportunity of this panel to give a recognition to some other colleagues and some other organizations that have inspired WIDA during our journey, and because they have a relevant role in the ecosystem in Spain during these years. I know there are many, many more, but we have selected 6, and I'm going to invite them to share with me the stage and think about the future together. But I'm not going to present them as usual. I'm going to talk about them, and I want to try you to guess who they are. So I'm going to begin the first panelist. For over a decade, they have been consistently investing in startups and offering services to them. A fact, they have invested in over, sorry, because it was supposed that I should move the slides. The fact, they have invested in 19 startups and have 4,500 startups as customers. The person who is joining us today has been a key player in developing the sector, with a focus in Catalonia, but also throughout Spain. A pioneer in promoting ecosystem, and I give you, for example, initiatives like Venture on the Road. WIDA has collaborated for a long time with them. We are inspired by the person that is going to join with me in the stage for her ability to connect and involve everyone to achieve more. You know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about Yolanda Perez, Director of B Startups. Huge welcome.
Thank you for this presentation. Nobody never presented me like that. I'm very flattered and a little overwhelmed. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Yolanda, for being here. Second panelist. His organization has been developing ecosystem for 10 years. I will tell you their motto: transforming economies through high-impact entrepreneurship. And a fact, In the network, you can find names like Cabify, Glovo, Job and Talent, ClickUp, and Factorial. The person joining us today also is part of the funding team of Scale Up Spain, and we are inspired by his strong commitment of a concept that he tends to talk a lot, is the multiply effect of high-impact entrepreneurs. And he has done something important, is providing a platform to give back to the community. I'm sorry, because that was Yolanda, sorry. I'm talking about Antonio, yes. Welcome to the stage. Okay. Our third panelist, I would say that when a global corporation considers launching an entrepreneurship center to join those already it has, like one in London, Sao Paulo, Tokyo, or Tel Aviv, they choose Madrid as a city to make it. And she played a significant role to make this happen. I give you some facts. Since 2015, startups from the community have created 8,884 jobs in Spain. And we are inspired by how she has managed to place Madrid at the center of entrepreneurial ecosystem for an international corporation. I'm talking about Sofía Benjumea from Google for Startups.
Yeah, we were saying in the backstage, this should have been called Usual Suspects.
Then we have another person joining us. He was part of the first accelerator in Spain, born in 2008. They have been crucial, real crucial in the development of the startups ecosystem in Spain by understanding very well this multiply effect. I give you information that for me was interesting. It said that if you have put money in all the winning startups of the campuses from the beginning, you will have achieved a 3.7x of your investment. He was pioneer in understanding entrepreneurship because he was an entrepreneur. You know who I'm talking about? Yes, Jesus, from Seed Rocket. We have two more names. Next panelist, the organization she represents, has had a real huge impact in Valencia ecosystem. They offer a value proposition that combines training, acceleration, and investment. Some facts: they have promoted more than 1,400 companies since their foundation, that was 2013. And their motto: it's easier to fly if you are thrown, pero os lo digo en español, es más fácil volar si te lanzan. We are inspired by her passion and work capacity, and how she has shown that a city like Valencia can attract the best talent. And I'm talking about, come on, Marta Lanzadera. Están tímidos, pero esta la aciertan seguro. And finally, what can I say about our last panelist? I will say she's an entrepreneurial benchmark. And I will say some facts. Last year, she brought together 2,000 investors and 600, 500 entrepreneurs in 3 days. And this year, she promised to increase these figures and impact more than 34 million in Madrid economy. She has understood better than anyone that the value of a Spanish ecosystem lies in the connection of every one of us. Let's welcome to the stage Maria Benjumea. Well, as you can see, we have an amazing panel. And we have 3 questions, so I go to, because we have 8 minutes to make it happen. And it's going to be a conversation for all of you. My first question I would like to share with everyone is, in your opinion, which factors will significantly shape this scene of entrepreneurship globally in the coming years?
If I want, I can start because,
Okay.
of course, AI, but I would like to outline the impact that AI is going to have on the human health. Okay, well, AI and data. I don't know if everybody is aware that, well, every person, we have like 36 trillion of cells with a specific function in our body, and AI is gonna be able to analyze them all. So I'm talking about, of course, personalized medicine, and that will be a huge change in our lives. I think this is one of the main impacts of the AI.
I'm going to go with something less technical, which is for the next years. I think interest rates are going to have a huge impact in our world, because we know the big impact they have on the venture capital industry and what business models investors pay attention to. So I think even if it's not, we don't love talking about that, I think this is going to have a huge impact in the next years.
Okay.
Well, I'll be quick because we have. I think it's going to be also actually the access to talent. That's the cornerstone of any entrepreneurial ecosystem, and I think more than ever, yes, AI, but I think it's about getting the right talent with the experience to make companies grow and scale up, but also in the intersection between technology and specific industries, kind of technology and health technology and education technology and whatever other industry you care about. I think that is something that we haven't yet cracked, I think, as a society, and we need it for our ecosystems.
In my opinion, so I have been in the industry during the last 25 years, and I have seen that every 3-4 years we have new technologies, or 5 years, that everything changes. No, if you see the world 20 years or Spanish entrepreneurs, Spanish entrepreneurs 25 years ago, we were starting with internet, webs, later mobiles, later blockchain, later. So every, 2-3 years there are new waves.
Yeah.
And I think there's the new global ascent will be driven by the new technologies, and always will be, in my opinion, not, I don't know always, but the next 10 or 20 years will have new waves, and you can create startups in these new technologies and see what happens.
Well, first, I want to thank, and I want to ask you for a big tribute to Wayra, because I think that if we talk about which factor will significantly shape the entrepreneurship globally the coming years, is to have organizations like Wayra, like Sabadell, Be a Startup, like Endeavor, like Google for Startup, like Seed Rocket, like Lanzadera, and we're called together. And the energy all the entrepreneurs have, and we are going, I think that together we are going to improve the ecosystem huge.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Maria. But I'm going to try to answer as well the question, and I'm going to do a prognostic of something that I'm not seeing today that I think is going to happen. Is when we analyze figures around investment, we always see VCs, CVCs, angels. I think it's going to appear a new agent that are going to be the scale-ups itself. I think scale-ups are going to create new investment vehicles that are going to be able to capitalize better the talent of those technological startups that will be appearing. So my prognostic for the future is that scale-ups itself are going to reshape the investment landscape.
The multiplier effect.
Yeah? Right. Okay, 3 minutes. Let's move to the next one. This is something that I think it's interesting. Imagine that we are in 10 years from now. How do you think we can define the success of our ecosystem? What is success for you in 10 years' time?
So I'm really critical about the Spanish ecosystems or startups that we are creating, because we think that we don't have the size, so the companies don't have the size that we require to have a huge impact in the country. So I'm happy because everything has changed a lot in the last 20 years, but I think that our companies that we are creating are still small. Okay, so I think that, in my opinion, in the next 10 years, it will be very successful for us to have an Inditex of tech. No, in Spain, that will be great. A big company with a big impact in Spanish ecosystem.
Reshape IBEX 35, no? Yeah, I think I was very similar to you, but you pointed out very well. Yesterday, Maria was interviewing Mutua Madrileña, Inditex, well, kind of representation of Inditex, and that's the vision. It's like really that in a panel such as that, you have new tech companies sitting side by side with our coal economy and as a big pillar of our economy. So not the underdog just pushing, but just kind of the pillar of our economy.
I agree absolutely with Jesus and Sofia, and I would like to add one thing. I think that, and I am sure that we are going to get it to multiply the ecosystem, because I see each day more people that want to be part of it. That's why this year we've gone to the street. We've gone with you, startuperos, to the street, just to connect the innovation, the technologies, the entrepreneurship with all the people. And I'm sure that those people are coming here and are going to build those extraordinary companies that are going to be like Inditex and the big ones, like Google. We are going to have Google, and we are going to have in La Plaza de España. I want to say this very quick. There was a child of 11 years with his, it was not a startup, but it was a project, very, very disruptive project, explaining it. You know what we can do with everybody?
It's a matter of education. I think this, a word that is important, in my opinion, for this answer is education. Absolutely. But Marta?
Well, in my opinion, I totally agree with the main important thing is that the Spanish ecosystems need to be involved, and we have to do a lot of things together and build constantly, no? But also, I have to recognize that I think that Spain could be a top destination from entrepreneurs, and we believe that we have good conditions. We have huge talent, and what we have to do is to create this kind of expression that it's success breeds success, or these kind of initiatives that we are in this stage, we have to work together in order to support more entrepreneurs, how to invest on them, and have Spain as a place to create and develop their startups, no? And we can be a good destination, and events like South Summit, it's this kind of ways to attract. So I think that it's just doing day to day and constantly work together. It's the key.
Very short, but I would like just to add that I think that we have all to remember that in 10 years we have multiplied the investment in startups per 20. So I really think that in the next years we are going to climb some steps on the European rankings. I'm sure of that.
We should be growing as a scale-up, 20% per year. That think big. So I think we need to think big. And finally, because we run out of time, you know that usually panels close with a short sentence, but I will love to listen from you. What is your definition for entrepreneurship will be in 13 years? I will read what the dictionary says. Entrepreneurship is the activity of setting up a business, taking on financial risk in the hope of profit. Do you think that will be the definition of entrepreneurship in the next years? Or is something going to change?
As I have the microphone, okay? I think that this definition will keep valid for the next years, but what I think is that it's important to remind that being an entrepreneur is not easy at all. It's not for everybody. It's a very hard process, and it's not for everybody. Because entrepreneurship is not a profession, it's a way of life, and we are very lucky of having people like that in Spain doing such an amazing things.
Okay. Someone more wants to add?
Well, I think that we need more entrepreneurs because if we have more entrepreneurs, our country will be more productive. And what we are seeing, and we have now looking at this trend, is that ex-workers from Spanish scale-ups or unicorns are new startup founders. Also, we are seeing that more female entrepreneurs are launching their new projects. So we believe that this kind of entrepreneurship will represent all the talent that we have in Spain, and innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship needs to be working together. And we believe that we have so much talent, but we have to work in the community to find the reference and impulse them in order to bring a good network for them.
Okay.
I'll try to say as a definition, right? The world's changing. There are more and more challenges. So I would say that entrepreneurship will be the art of tackling humanity's largest problems in a financially and planetary sustainable way. And then paying it forward by empowering the next generation of entrepreneurs that have similar aspirations.
Okay, so let me close with everything you've said. A proposal for La Real Academia. Entrepreneurship is a way of life or art of setting up a business, taking on financial risks on the hope of sustainable profit, and take progress with a respectful, ethical mindset. So thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time and sharing this amazing panel with these great persons that we have here.